My tag is DJ Cap, but most people just call me Cap, and I tell people to just call me D. I'm actually working on a mobile application called Good Game right now. Just got done, not done, it's because it's always developing and always growing. Working on the business model, and I actually pitched at a new venture competition. And of course there's more work to do and the app still has to be made and everything, but I want this app to be the thing that helps connect the fighting game community together, because I do love my fighting games. Like I love Smash, I love Tekken, Street Fighter, like Marvel, like I love the communities and the people, and I've seen the effect of what a community can do for individuals. And it's a pretty big deal. Like, see, these guys that come like every week, that come to not even just the singles weeklies, but the doubles, we usually have like a lot more people. For doubles, they come here because, not just because for the game, but they come here for the crew. That's what I want my future to be. I just want to help add a structure to this, these types of communities.
Because I actually just walked in one day not knowing what they were doing, and I was like, oh, I like this game. And then I kind of just kept coming, and Sango. It's actually from an anime called Inuyasha. It's one of the characters in that. It's more of just a hobby for me. Like, I'm going into like video game kind of development, programming, that kind of stuff, but this is more just kind of just to have fun. And just because I'm a girl doesn't mean that we're like don't like having new girls in there. It's just we don't get a lot of girls that come in. Usually they are kind of surprised just because I am a girl and they're not used to seeing girls be into like competitive play. I'm not really the best player or anything like that, but it's fun to like explain to people what it is and, oh, why do you just sit around and play video games? And like, it's because it's fun. It's just like any other hobby that you can do.
So League of Legends is a 5-person versus 5-person online MOBA, which stands for multiplayer online battle arena. And what you do is you just work together with your 4 other teammates to try to kill the enemy's base before they kill yours. I definitely see myself having something to do with eSports. That, like, the entire idea of it just keeps me excited. I don't know specifically about League anymore, but it's definitely possible. It's a game that kind of changes all the time, so it kind of starts catering to other people, and then it'll come back and cater to other people again. So it just depends if they kind of keep a more steady pace of how fun it is. If you can consider golf or bowling or really anything like NASCAR to be a sport, I mean, actually you can pretty much consider NASCAR to be like a physical form of esports, because literally all you're doing playing a video game is controlling whatever your character is, or you could pretend like NASCAR is you're controlling your car, but the only difference is you're actually like moving something. But obviously in a video game I'm not actually controlling something else, it's just virtual. It's the same idea though, it's just the competitive nature of it is what makes it a sport.
So I got into League of Legends because my friends in high school asked me if I wanted to play a game with them, a 5-person game, and they needed somebody to play the support role for their team, which is the role that nobody wants to play. So they got me to play, and I started playing that role, but I just stuck with the game even though my friends stopped playing it. I joined the League Club at CMU because I already was playing the game at a pretty high level, and I wanted to meet other people that played the game and just had a passion for it. And when it came to playing competitively, that just kind of came along with joining the club. Well, I might not pursue League professionally in terms of actually playing the game, but there are a lot of careers involving in esports since the industry is really evolving. I've produced a lot of content, whether it's video content for people like montages of different professional players, and I've actually made some money off of YouTube doing that. So I might do some sort of job with esports, but I don't think I'm actually going to be a professional player myself. Well, I mean, personally, my grandmother can't even enjoy watching baseball. She thinks that it's just way too slow paced and everything about it, she just doesn't understand why people would enjoy it. And I mean, I can understand why people would see the same thing for video games, but also the same thing could go for LeBron James and saying, how can LeBron do this thing that nobody else can do? There's even people in video games that can do that, and like they just can do other things that people are incapable of doing, and people enjoy watching that. You can learn things, there's entertainment value to it, there's multiple different things in it. And the fact that even like the League of Legends World Championship got more viewers than the NBA Game 7, College Football World Series, or College Football Championships, excuse me, and I believe the MLB Game 7 as well. I mean, there's a huge amount of people that are behind it, so it's big and it's going to be here to stay for a while. I think the main thing about League for me is that it's just a competitive outlet. And I mean, I enjoy playing soccer, but you can't play soccer 24 hours a day. You always need a court to be playing. And with League, you could just turn it on anytime. There's always going to be people to play. You could be competitive with anybody all over the world. So it's just a way for me to be competitive, and it's fun.